All right, I am live. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to join in. I know, very impromptu, everything, but I want to look. I'm kind of heartfelt tonight, and I want to share something with you guys. If you I we've been doing the Naplex Restart challenge, and I said the restart the restart challenge, and tonight was day 2, and it was something where the first night, oh, let me stop before I start. Let me give you time to come in the room. Feel free to introduce yourself. I'll start by introducing myself. Hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J. I'm a Naplex success strategist. I help pharmacists pass a Naplex in 6 months or less by shifting their mindset, strategizing their study plan, and studying effectively for the Naplex exam. And each day throughout this time, shift your mindset. As you can see, I wish I didn't even think to have the load to show you like the screen, but I got it. Look at me. I got it. Look at there, but it's not that. But each day we've been doing mastering your mindset because I'm a Naplex success strategist, and one thing we do is like I got shift your mindset. So on day 1 we focus on mindset. Day 2, which was tonight, is about rebooting your study habits. And like I said, I help pharmacists strategize their plan. One way to help strategize your plan is through your study habits. And next is I show you how to be ready in 40 days. Um, Here's the secret in the be ready in 40 days. It's through the Naplex play. And it's in the Naplex play, but you also have the Naplex playbook. And it's only available with the Naplex play. Um, but I want to come because I'm just really led to say some things, right? Yesterday we focused on mindset. It was a good success. Um, some people entered the room. We did a rating of overwhelm. And one person in particular, they started out with an overwhelm of what it was, 8, was it 7? I don't know, 7. I think 7.9. By the end of it, it was 5.8, which was good. But it was more so I want to talk. I want to talk. Um, and it's one of those things. For those who someone who feels like they're really scared of that goal, don't really believe that you can pass the Netflix. I really want you to sign up for the challenge because even though you may say I missed day 1, I missed day 2, you still have access to the recordings. You have access to the workbooks. I'm even going to do a thing of if you sign up, you have access to recording the workbooks until Sunday. So there's no excuse to why you can't free yourself. Um, Oftentimes we like to complicate the Naplex, complicate the study habits. And one of the things of one is the overwhelm overhaul. As we discussed last night, that overwhelm is that emotion. And we spend a lot of time digging out what is the emotion that's causing the overwhelm. Majority of the time it's the fear of failing the Netflix. But what other emotions does that fear come in at? Does the fear of not fulfilling a dream? The fear of feeling always being stuck? What does that look like? And we dissect that thing some more. And tonight, after you were freed, I had really wanted to, I focused on the habits of saying, let's first identify how much time you even have to study, and then how can we maximize that time. And upon the like, it's we always have like once the recording start, we always have these um what is mechanic conversations. And conversation was I was asked tonight, and it's actually someone who's enrolled in the Naplex play, and we the challenge starts January 27th. Well, really January the 25th, because we're going to do a 2-day boot camp before we start the actual challenge to make sure we're ready and prepped and ready to go. Because I believe that you can really pass the exam in 40 days. And here's why. Um, in which I don't know if I can really share what I want to share here. But I'm going to try to share it. This is my first time sharing in real time. So I was going to try to see if I can perfectly share my screen. So let's just see if I can share my screen and what does that look like. So here, I want to make sure that I can you guys can see this. It was asked like when I should take the exam and like should I take the MPJE first? And I simply said you are enrolled in a 6-week program that's designed to help you pass the Naplex. And it's actually, even the playbook says, a step-by-step guide to help you pass the Naplex, right? On top of that, you have different resources. And it wasn't until here I just felt so led to say this: when you commit, I'm just want to share y'all my journey. I graduated from pharmacy school in 2016. I failed the exam twice after graduating. It was in first attempt was in August of 2016. The second attempt was in December. And in December, I knew for a fact that I was not ready to test for the exam. But I kept on. I was like, I'm going to pass, because I was so close last time, but that wasn't realistic. But I'm going to show you the movements I did in 2017. In January 2017, I enrolled in a program. I enrolled in the program. It was cool. Like, this my year. I'm for the bet on myself. You know, you got like, this is my year. Bet on myself. Pay for the program. Went and started doing the program. But then I had a friend say, hey, let's try to study together. Let's partner study together. So then February, I flew to DC, stayed with a friend. We kind of studied a little bit. And I flew back to Wisconsin. At the time, I was located in Wisconsin. By that March, it just hit me saying we're gonna move back to DC. That's where we're gonna move to. Because in addition as well, I was already in grad school getting my master's in public health. So I said, yeah, let's move. So I remember this in particular because I remember it was during this time, my cousin in Chicago, she had events. It was like her child's first birthday party. Then it was her birthday. And I remember me staying in Chicago because I was like, I can't afford to come up or come down. I'm just gonna stay here and then I'll go back. And when I moved, and I remember I had stayed there, but I was moving out my apartment. And it was March 31st. I drove that morning. I went to Chicago. I got up there 31st from Chicago to DC. I drove. I made it there by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock that evening. I rest. And by Monday on March 3rd, I was at the library studying. I started studying. I had it mapped out. I took out that time during that weekend. I had already had my vision board planned. If you have the unbeatable mind, it's in the exact things I did. I had my vision board planned. I had my declaration reminding myself of who I am and all the things I have overcome that I need to get started to studying. And I said, this is my thing. I renamed the Naplex because I remember my cousin at the time, she was studying for her bar. And she said, rename it. Because it was like, let me put a name to this giant. And I literally had RPH, restore, prepare, and it was make history. And I had a whole banner, and it was like restore, RPH, restore, like restore LaQuita, restore your mind, restore your belief in yourself, restore your faith, prepare like no other. Because every time I had taken a Naplex, I had always gambled, and I didn't want to gamble anymore. And I said, make history. Let the world know that LaQuita was here. And little did I know, me making history was going to be me birthing Farm Leader RPH. Little did I know that was going to be the history that was being birthed. But I said, make history. I renamed that exam. And I said, I took off from school. I was arguing my math. I said, I need to take a semester off. I need to commit to this semester taking off. And by the time school restart, like it's time for summer classes, I'm going to be prepared, ready to go. And I locked in. I had it mapped out. I said, I'm going to the library at this time and I'll be out. And it was 10 hours days. I told all my friends and family, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm locking in. It's time for me to focus. Because here's the thing. From January to March, I was playing. And I said, I graduated from pharmacy school May 8, 2016. It's about to be a year. I'm here in the library sitting on April 3rd. And it's about to be a year that I have not passed the exam. I'm not even practicing as a pharmacist. My goal was to retire my mom. My goal was to get out of financial debt. My goal was to save. My goal was to travel. I'm not doing any of that. I'm currently staying at a friend's house. Currently barely can support myself. Still being a student, living on student loans. Let's tell the truth. I'm in school, but I got enough student loans to take care of me. And I pay for it every day. But it was the time I was in, just being honest. And I said, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing for the last years of my life. Because again, I never stopped school. I went from high school, I went to college, and I kept on going. I never stopped. So since 18, I'm doing the same thing. Like, at what age am I going to grow up? At what age am I going to say, this is going to work? This something got to give. At what time was that going to be? I had to really say to myself, like, what did that really look like? Because I was constantly saying it. I was really saying it. What does that look like? And I told myself, like, no, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on studying. Like, it's time. Because I'm tired and I'm fed up of being where I want to be, but I'm not doing all the things. And I started looking at myself and said, I got to do what I need to do and start making excuses for the reason why I'm here and why I'm not there. Like, if I fail the exam, it's not going to be because I didn't show up for myself. So I really locked in and say, no, I'm not wasting any more time on this. I'm going to take advantage each day. To whom much is given, much is required. So, LaQuita, why are you laying low on your dreams? Why are you not taking it serious? Why are you not moving yourself forward? Like you're mad and you're uncomfortable and you dislike where you are, but yet you're not doing anything to move forward. So that weekend, got there that Friday. That first and the second was a coming to Jesus moment with LaQuita. What are we doing? What are some things that you know you did not do on the first 2 tries that you didn't do? One, the simplest thing I didn't do was I did not study every chapter. I let stress get to the best of me, and I started gambling with my studying. Like, oh well, they're gonna focus more on infectious diseases or oncology. The big chapters, like the common chapters you need to know, like hypertension, the things we see in the pharmacy, diabetes and stuff like that. And I was like, but I had to say to myself, LaQuita, but the reality of it is, on your exam, you didn't see all that. You didn't see all that. On your exam, that wasn't it. It was one of those things I realized that I treated the exam like another test in pharmacy school. And it wasn't time for that. I wasn't turning on my clinical brain. I wasn't thinking like a pharmacist. I wasn't saying, hey, use this and that. They're trying to trick you. I wasn't thinking of that. I almost gave y'all the fundamentals of it, but I know you gotta pay for that. I almost gave you the fundamentals of it, of how you gotta approach it, but now you gotta pay me for that. Everything ain't free. But I digress. Um, but yeah, it was one of those things I had to look into myself. So I got very serious. March 3rd. I got so serious to the point where I even went to like I went to a seminary library. It was like, I'm about to study at this school. I'm like, it's God field. I'm gonna study there. And I went studying there. And I came, the library opened up at 8:30. From 8:30 to 9 o'clock every day, 12-hour days, I was in the library studying. I was locking in. I didn't work, so I didn't have nobody else to, but I had to make it work. And if you do work and you do have children, you gotta make it work. We can't make excuses. We're tired of where we are, but we're not doing anything about it. But we're gonna constantly complain about where we are. And like I tell you anything, if you was gonna quit, you should have not went to pharmacy school. Because why? If you was gonna quit, why did you even go to pharmacy school? Why did you get yourself in that kind of debt if you were gonna quit on yourself already? Just why? If you were gonna quit. If you was gonna quit, why even pay the money to take the exam? If you don't want to be a pharmacist, if you don't want to sit here and work and go out there and dream every day, like, why even start? Why did you even start? If you want to say, oh, the information is too much. But here's the thing about it. You've seen the information already. You went to pharmacy school. You've seen the information already. You already seen the information. So it's not new to you. You've already seen it. You've been to pharmacy school. You are a doctor. Whether you choose to believe it or not, you are a doctor. You are a doctor of pharmacy. Remind yourself of who you are. I don't care if it's someone you work with being very pessimist, oh, she's just an intern, or he just an intern, they just an intern. Oh, well. But you are a doctor of pharmacy. I don't care if you right here working. I don't care if you working at Waffle House right now. And you are a doctor. Because honestly, let me speak to that. Because honestly, that's how I got into this whole business. Because I passed the exam. I started helping classmates pass the exam. And then other people started reaching out to me. And so people started saying, like, hey, they started telling my story. And it was this one particular woman who came across me who said that she was a pharmacist. And she was working at Waffle House. I'm like, Lord, ain't no way a pharmacist is working at Waffle House. Oh my God, I'm getting so emotional right now. Like, why is a pharmacist working at Waffle House? Because she could not pass this exam. That was so heartbreaking for me, as you can see. It was heartbreaking for me. Why is a pharmacist not like working as a practicing because she couldn't pass the exam? So it's like, hey, and I said, hey, it's time for the need. But before I digress, it took me to lock in. And when I locked in, I locked in. I got the calendar for a reason because I want to be as realistic as possible with this. I went to the library and started studying. I got very serious on April 3rd, 2017. I told myself, I listed out all the things I did not do with each attempt. And I said, you're going to do those things. And I listed out all the things that I did do. And I asked myself, was that moving the needle towards me? Oh, what was I doing with it? A lot of times, and if I'm very honest, they have stuff. These people have things they shouldn't have access to, and I had things I shouldn't have had access to. And I said, Lord, if it's meant for me, I'm not using none of this stuff. I'm gonna focus on what I need to focus on instead of what I need to study, because this is how I'm gonna pass the exam. Because in the day, I can't keep asking God for a blessing, and I'm not doing everything. I'm being dishonest, and I'm not walking in integrity. I had to say to myself, that's not going to happen. So I went and did an audit with myself. And I said, okay, LaQuita is locked in. April 3rd is game time. And I'm not going to lie and act like all days were perfect. Some days things wasn't. But one thing was very for sure. Once I renamed the exam and I called every morning, and as we just said in tonight's call, it was the kickstart time. During that kickstart time, I read and I told myself, RPH, restore, prepare, make history. I read every motivational quote I had on my vision board. I read my declaration every single time before I started every session. I read it. And even the times where there were times where I got overwhelmed, I got frustrated, I would go walk and I would pray. I would go walk and read, and I'll stop and I'll read my declaration. I'll put on that song to help me get over something. I will read my favorite verse. I'll read a quote. I'll put on my motivation speaking, because at the end of the day, insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. But when you're working with faith and you changing your mindset, that's how you're gonna change. Because insanity, at some point, if you feed yourself positivity, that's gonna produce positivity. It's gonna produce. And I'm not gonna act like it was peaches and cream, because it wasn't. But I kept going every single day, every day. And here's the thing about it, I didn't take any days off. I took afternoons and evenings off. I didn't take days off. Friday night was my night. Say, okay, I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna leave the library at 5. I'm gonna chill out and have a good time. That's what the time I'll have, like period of time, the flex time, but I always study every single day. I didn't take no days off. And guess what happened? I scheduled my exam on May 9th. That was the last time I took the exam. And here's the thing about this. When you look at this, you look at the time. Let's look at this from April 3rd to May 9th. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's 28 days. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. In 36 days, I locked in and I studied. I didn't make any excuses. I locked in. I worked out. I watched what I ate. I surround myself with like just complete positivity. I had one accountability partner with this entire time. And if you're in the Naplex play, you got a group. But it was one time I just studied. I locked in. And 36 days I passed the exam. And that's when I came, and this is why this says a 40-day step-by-step guide to passing the Naplex. Because I realized then it don't take long for you to pass the exam. You just got to lock in. It's not going to take you long to pass the exam. You just got to lock in. And once you lock in, it's not going to take you long. You're going to pass the exam quickly and easy. But you have to lock in and commit. And also, too, why this is important, because for the last few years, I've been helping pharmacists pass the exam in 40 days or less. It's just now public. Actually, 6 months or less, depending on where you are, because I do have a program for people who are on their second or third attempt. You need a little more time. But if you are ready and you ready to lock in and you ready to go all in and bet on yourself, lock in and bet on yourself. Focus on nothing but the Naplex. Don't anybody, it's like what Eric Thomas said in his video, he wanted to see his baby, want to see somebody call, sorry, reach me on this day, I'll return your phone call. Right now I'm after my goal. And that was my mindset. Call me after May 9th. This is more important for me. I'm tired looking. I don't like who I see in the mirror. I'm tired of where I'm at. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it's time for me to do something about it. It's like when you got fed up. It's like one of those things I say when you like when you fed up. Let's say you wash your hands with people. I was in the bathroom, had the water running. I had the soap on, but I won't wash my hands. It's like, no, you gotta wash your hands. Go in the bathroom, wash your hands, and get back to the work. It was time to wash my hands with the foolery, with the excuses, with the limiting belief, with the doubt. It was time to wash my hands with my poor study habits, me making excuses for why I can't do this, I can't do that, me not managing my time, me not managing me. It was time for me to stop making excuses. And you may say, "Man, you fired up." Like I am. It just hit my spirit, and I had to give y'all what I feel, because I feel if I sit on it, I would be an injustice if I just sit on what I'm feeling. It's simpler thing, girl. You can pass this exam. It don't take time. It don't take long. I'm even give y'all a secret, because this was even like this what made me this is so important, the importance of community being exposed in the right environment. I'm currently right now in a business community. And one of the things that this millionaire said, multi-millionaire said, she said when it took me to make my first million, it didn't take me a year. It only took me 12 weeks. It took her 12 weeks to make $1 million. 12 weeks. It didn't take a year. It don't take a year. It's not going to take you that long to pass the exam when you lock in. It only took me 36 days. How long is it going to take you? When you choose to lock in, how long is it going to take you to pass this exam? And I'll say this, when I locked in, being honest with you, when I lock in and say, okay, I've talked about it. If you can go back into my videos, you can see, especially in 2021, 2021, one of the worst years. It wasn't too good for me. It was me surviving a year without having my mom. You can see the growth and the progression. But then that one year, my mind was still on the fact, man, I didn't, so many life transitions didn't happen. I think I didn't lost my mind. And I'm still trying to keep up with stuff. I didn't realize in 2023 that 2 years had passed me by. Because 2022 came, my mind was still 2021. In 2023, I said, man, what did I do in 2022? I can't even tell you. Because my mind was still there, still stuck in that past and what happened. And I said, it's time. And something as simple as seeing my best friend birth a child, to say, in 9 months, she birthed a child. LaQuita, what are you birthing? And I got serious. It ain't gonna take you 9 months to birth nothing with this Naplex exam. It's when you choose to lock in and get yourself started. When you choose to stop saying, okay, I got it. And the thing is, and to have a consistency plan to plan for the days when you know you ain't gonna feel it. That's where mindset come in. If I'm very honest, I am extremely tired right now, but we are moving forward. Because we say that we're gonna do the Naplex Restart challenge between January 13th and the 15th. And we're moving. And we're moving. People are being freed with overwhelm. Tonight was the night where people learn of exactly how much time you got to study and how you can maximize that time that you do have. Tomorrow, we're going even further. Tomorrow, you get a taste of this book. Tomorrow, you get a taste of this book. Tomorrow, you get to see how we really break down stuff and what we really do. Don't stop wasting time. The least thing you can do. And I'm gonna say this: I'm not begging for you to join the Naplex Play Challenge. That's on your will and your discretion. Because my thing is, my sheep will know my voice. And at the end of the day, the least thing you can do is get this free game and start studying for the exam. Because there are some people who have crossed my path and they have never purchased from me a day in their life, but they only use my free resources, they only came to my free trainings, and they see how that impact them to pass that exam. I even have our share email. Look, show receipts of how someone said, I never thought about this until you started, till you said, he exactly said, I never thought about study scratch until you said it. And I took a seminar on it and I use it and it helped me pass the exam. Just all free. It's free value, free game. Go get you some. What Eric Thomas say? Knowledge is the new money. Go get you some. Go get you some. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing. And I'm telling myself, stop playing. Stop holding on your greatness. You know who you are. You know who you are. You just choose. I'll say this, like Lazarus said. Was it Lazarus? I believe, but Lord, help my unbelief. Help your unbelief. It's time. It's time to stop playing. It's time to go in. It's time to go in. It's time to bet on you. Because at the end of the day, it's only you versus you. It's not you versus nothing else, but you versus you. Is you overcome this Goliath, you overcoming this giant and saying, I can do this and I can conquer this. That's the only goal. As my dad would say, you look at the man in the mirror, that's your only person. It's the man in the mirror, the woman, they in the mirror. Who are look at it, that's your only competition. You fight against you every single day. Fight against you. Bet on you. Root for you. Go after you. Go after it. Okay? I think I'm done with my little rant. I think I'm done. I think y'all got it. Y'all got it. And I'm sorry. I saw the comments. I'm sorry. I respond. I respond. I will respond. But go after it. Okay? I was on a ramp. Look, I was on a rampage. I was going. But go after it. Go after you. Stop sitting on you. Go after it, okay? It's time. It's just time. I'm done. And you I'm finished. You got what you needed, okay? Until next time. Remember that pharmacy is on limit if you are. Now go be great. And I will talk to you guys. Look, I will see you tomorrow on the last day, the last live day of the Naplex Restart Challenge. I'll see you tomorrow. Go ahead and sign up. The link is in the description. And you go to LaQuitaJohnson.com/Naplex Replay. It's right there. Sign up. What you waiting on? Sign up. You ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't got nothing to lose. It's nothing but pure investment. And if you sign up, I'm gonna do you even solid. You sign up tonight. When I sign up to record, I'm gonna have a recording for day 1, day 2, and the workbook's ready for you. I'm not even playing. That's how I want you. I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. You gotta succeed. Ah, I got the preaching. Preaching. Oh, hey, sometimes it comes. It comes. It comes. It does. And I'll see you. I'm about to respond to this as well. I respond to your comment. I should be able to respond to it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I should be able to respond to this comment. I'm gonna send it to you. I'll respond to it after this. But the program is the Naplex Play. It's on the website LaQuitaJohnson.com. If you go on the Naplex, it says how can you work with us, and tell you 2 ways how you can work with us. We have 2 programs, 2 signature things: Run the Play Challenge, and we also have the Think Like a Pharmacist program. You can learn more information about each one. But the January cohort for the Naplex Play Challenge, it starts January 25th. I want to say 27th, but it's really 25th because we're doing a 2-day boot camp that has not been advertised until now. That we're doing a 2-day boot camp to get you ready. So when we say January 27th, January 28th, we have our first coaching call, that you're ready. We're ready to get on this thing. And that should start January 27th because, hey, we have other things in place for it. But that's all I have for you. I do hope it's something I said that really spoke and said and gave you that push that you need. Whether it's the Naplex or somewhere in your career that you gave what you need. But it's time to stop playing. I said we thriving. And the one way to thrive is to acknowledge that where we fall short. And I want to be very practical in telling you, it only took me 36 days. And it just hit me to tonight. And I said, it took 36 days. 36 days for me to pass the Naplex. This here is a 40-day guide. 40-day guide. Right here. 40-day guide. 40 days. But it's only offered in the Naplex Play. 40 days. That was it. It don't take long. When you lock in, it don't take long. It don't. But, again, Join now. You still got time. And even if you don't feel like you got time, you can watch over the weekend. Because that's what I feel so led. I'm going to give you access to all recordings, workbooks till Sunday. You got the time. You got time to watch it. Let's not waste time. Let's thrive. Let's make 2025 the year you put RPH behind your name. That you showed the world who you were. You told the world who you were. That you are resilient. That you are a conqueror. That you are excellence. You are a doctor. Don't you ever forget it. I don't care what anyone says or how you feel. You are a doctor. Remember that. Okay? Again, I'm gone. Talk to y'all later. See you tomorrow. And look, y'all have an amazing night. All right, and if you're watching the replay, you have a good day whenever you watch. Let me know you're watching the replay because I want to know. Did I speak and say something to you? Let me know. Comment. I want to know. Talk to you guys later.